So let's get right into it. How the economy is taking a little bit of a beating.
Yeah.
How are we going to kickstart the economy here in the city of Kawartha Lakes?
Yeah, great question. One thing our council chose to do is start a couple of local task forces. And
Okay.
one is our Economic Recovery Taskforce. Sort of what can we do for the local economy to help our businesses and, our restaurants, our bars, our manufacturers, our agriculture, our industry, our economy. How can we help our economy recover? And there's only so much we can do as a municipality. So that task force is sort of looking at that end of it. Now they're making some recommendations. I'll have a final report later this fall to council on certain things we've done. Like we pushed council to expand the patio space. We waived some fees. We recommended they waive fees for special events in parks. Some little things that we could do right away to try and make this summer, a little bit easier for people. Farmers market fees, for instance.
Okay.
So what we're looking at now is, for 2021 and beyond, what kind of recommendations can we make as a municipality? So we've got a great group of diversified people, business owners across the city who are part of it, some councillors, some of our senior staff. And, we're looking at, like, for instance, infrastructure projects. We've got our downtowns. We've got Lindsay downtown phase
really
1,
good,
phase
by the
2
way.
is complete, so it looks awesome at the east end of the street. Well,
Yep.
next year we're recommending they continue. It was in the books anyways. It's not a new project,
Right,
but
okay.
continue with phase 3, and continue from William Street all the rest to Victoria and just get the rest of the downtown completed. So that was approved by council last week in an early start program. So that portion of it will be tendered out this fall and will proceed. So we also recommended from an infrastructure perspective that they do the Fenland downtown reconstruction next year as well. So
Okay.
biggest bang for the buck, really, to keep it simple. If we're going to spend some money, let's revitalize our downtowns the best we can.
What do you
Omini's
plan
next.
to do in Fenland?
Fenland Falls is a reconstruction just like Lindsay.
Okay.
It's a little less with the water and wastewater. It's shorter. It's not as costly as Lindsay, which was, they had some old infrastructure in the ground, 100 years old. Some of the water and wastewater had to be replaced. Yeah, they dug up some of these. They're going to put them in a museum. So they were well overdue. Fenland is a little less. Fenland's just got gas.
Okay.
Natural gas was put in. I don't mean Fenland has gas, but Fenland had natural gas put in last year and the last couple of years. So, we're going to reconstruct the downtown, give it a facelift. It's tired. It's time for a refresh. While we're doing that, we're obviously going to dig up and replace the underground infrastructure, so the water and wastewater as well. The bridge needs a little work for stabilization in Fenland Falls, and they're also currently working on a second crossing idea, but that wouldn't be part of the project for next year. So that's what our task force is recommending from a bang for the buck perspective. The Community Recovery Task Force is the other one that council put in place, and that's dealing with a lot of our not-for-profits. Some of them are struggling.
Yes.
They're the ones helping our resident shelters, women's shelters, a place called Home, food banks. None of them were able to do any fundraising this year either because of all the protocols in place in the pandemic. So, they're working on that need. We did get some money from the province earlier in the year, over $1 million, a flow-through money that we're able to put out to the food banks, United Way, Community Care, people that are looking after our most vulnerable residents. So really took it as two approaches from an economy, one for our business and one for a community recovery. And both groups will be making recommendations to council this fall, sort of moving forward. And, it's hard. I mean, there's only so much we can do. I mean, we've deferred taxes. We've done some things to try to help people, buy them a little bit of time. But as a municipality, our revenues are down too. So, we get limited on what we're able to offer to some of our local businesses. So it's really just what can we do? What can we afford to do? And how is it going to affect our economy when we go to recover? So that's the focus of the two task forces.